Hello, this is Mihan from Labor Law Firm Zero. Today we are going to look at HR's early steps before the main investigation of workplace harassment in Korea. There are several important steps to follow before the main investigation. So today, I will explain the whole process from receiving a report, the first interview, confidentiality duty, protection measures for the victim or reporter, and deciding between informal investigation or formal investigation. First, when you are doing the initial interview, use open-ended questions to understand the situation. Many employees describe their experience with phrases like, "They always give me a hard time," "She gaslights me and insults me." In these cases, HR needs to clarify the specific facts. When it happened, where it happened, what was said or done, how many times it happened, and how long it continued. So you should confirm these details. Second, confidentiality is essential. Tell the reporter that the entire process will be kept confidential to prevent secondary harm. Also, remind the reporter not to share their statement or the investigation details with others. If the reporter spreads information and the accused employee files defamation, it can create another problem. So HR must clearly explain this point from the beginning to the victim or the reporters. Third, check if the reporter needs any protection measures during the investigation. Some employees ask to be separated from the accused employee, or maybe they request time off. Under the law, if the victim requests it, the company must consider measures such as changing the work location or providing paid leave. So in general, it is better to follow the victim's request. Sometimes, the accused employee is a team leader or department head, and separation seems difficult. In those cases, some companies send the reporter or victim on leave or require remote work without even asking them. However, the law states that the company must not take measures against the victim's wishes. And many victims worry that they may be excluded from work during the investigation, so HR should be very careful about these protection measures. Fourth, HR should determine whether the case will be proceeded as an informal investigation or formal investigation. In the early discussion, some victims say that, "I don't want the person to be officially disciplined, I just want this to stop." Some only want an apology or maybe want the person to take harassment prevention training. According to the government's guidelines, if the victim wants an apology and a promise to prevent recurrence, and the accused agrees to that, the company may close the case through an informal process. This means the case is resolved through mutual agreement without formal disciplinary action. However, this is only appropriate for minor cases where the victim agrees and the accused admits the wrongdoing and promises not to repeat the behavior. If the victim requests a formal investigation or if the case is very serious, HR must move directly into a formal investigation and define the scope and direction of the inquiry. So even if the case is closed informally, the company must keep records. This is necessary in case the same person commits harassment again. Document what happened, how the case was resolved, and monitor whether similar issues occur afterward. So today we have looked at what kind of things HR needs to do before investigation. If you have any questions or need any support, please feel free to contact us.